Hello and welcome to another video from Sustenance and Cover, the only YouTube channel you need to not only survive the current apocalypse, but actually enjoy it. And today we're going to talk a little bit about who I am and what I'm about. Because I got a little note reminded me I need to explain to people this. Anyhow, I was on YouTube before. When I was on YouTube and talking to somebody about it, they said, well, you need to be on Facebook. See, YouTube, the channel I had before was not really a community where I was talking back and forth with too many people, and I like having friends. Facebook seemed to be a way of having friends. So I got on Facebook, and in a short amount of time, I found some of the guys I was in the military with, and I found people that I went to high school with, and found relatives that I didn't really have any contact with. And before it was over with, I had near about 1,000 people who were my friends on Facebook. And I stayed quiet for a while, but I watched other people's posts, and I would see people post things about who's going to the Super Bowl this year. Oh, I think it's going to be the Saints. Did you see how good Drew Brees can throw a ball? And these posts would go on for page after page of endless, worthless nothing. And I thought, well, I ain't going to get in on that conversation. That's a total waste of time. So I'll start my own little conversation. So I'd go post on my profile. With the collapse of the dollar imminent, I think it's important for people to try to prepare for what's coming. And the response I would get back would be things like, you know, you're nothing but a communist fearmonger. Or, I went to college and it's ignorant people like you who have got the dollar in such a mess because you're always making people think the worst when America is going to pull through. Facebook was not for me. So as an experiment, I started a totally separate YouTube channel, the one you're on right now. And I started to post things about the collapse of the dollar. And what do you know? There's a whole world of people out there that come on board and say, you are right, the dollar is collapsing, I'm putting away some food. Other people is like, I'm learning how to forage. Other people is like, I have got myself a gun, I'm going to go hunting. And I thought, well, you know what? This could be really good. Now, if you've seen more of my videos other than just this one and maybe just the last other one, on a lot of my videos, I will say things like, we are all different, but we're all one. Instead of picking at each other, we need to just help each other out. And I've always appreciated that. You know, I'm in a situation here where I don't have any money, so I don't even bother trying to learn about how to set up a shortwave radio, because what's the point? I can't afford it. But there's a guy on here named Toxicity that has everything you could ever want to know about setting up a shortwave radio. So if somehow through some kind of death in the family I suddenly get rich, I don't have to do any research. I know Toxicity's there. I can go to his channel, look at his videos, and if there's anything I need to know that ain't on there, I can just send him a message, ask him some advice. And there's all kinds of subjects out there like, you know, things about buying gold and silver. I ain't buying no gold or silver. I ain't got no money. But if I ever got in a situation where I needed to get some gold and silver, I could find out from one of my friends on YouTube. It's wonderful. But people will pick apart each other about what's important and what ain't and call each other names. And I never did like that. Recently, a man named Photo Helix put together a video called I Am Awake. And I even am on there. I went on there and just said, I'm awake. I'm Sustenance and Cover, and I'm awake. And everybody else was on there was awake. So anyways, recently, I've noticed a bad trend because anytime I venture off from, you know, my chickens laid some eggs, or I just got my turnips planted, or just shucked a sack of oysters. Anytime I talk about what's in my heart, like it's wrong to be a racist, or it's wrong to take advantage of other people, combat against the Middle East is wrong, you know, those type of things, then it turns into pure hatred. Pure hatred. And even things that I'll be obviously against. I'll say something like racism's wrong, and somebody will say, you're right. They need to lock all them Mexicans up because they're taking our jobs. Or, you're right, the Jews are destroying our country. Or you're right, the blacks are, you know, using our welfare system. All these typical racist things that people say will be posted on my page against racism. And that bothers me. But this last video I did, I got a lot of hate. And something I didn't know about was when I went to my page that there was hate being thrown back and forth by my subscribers against one another. You see, when I check my email, if somebody sends me a message, it's in my email. But if on my page somebody sends somebody else a message, I don't get that in my email. And it just tore me up to look at this, because these people are calling each other bad names. Well, anyway, I got this in one of my personal messages, and I want to read it, and I pray that you'll listen to it. This is from a very wise man. He didn't make a video because he don't have a camera. But I'm going to read this to you. It says, "This is nothing I'm proud of at all, but at one time in my life, I believed in Democrat versus Republican. I believed in the USA against the world and how great this country was. And the worst thing of all, I had racial hate, but have since learned how very wrong I was. And once opened your eyes and look around, we are all being played by just a very few people and controlled by them, creating division among the vast majority in this country and world, using these tools. And from what I can tell, these very few at the top are made up of several races and who claim lots of different faiths, but none of them talk about what they really believe in, which is getting more money than could ever be spent and controlling the world. And by the way, getting the ride of the life from the vast majority of everyone else." Now you see the wisdom of that? We've got a very, very few people at the top. Everybody wants to say they're all one religion, or it's all one race, or it's all one nation. But it isn't. These are, I think I read somewhere once before, there were 9 families that controlled 75% of the world's resources. 9 families out of the billions of families on the earth. And you know what? If they controlled them in such a way that everybody got to be happy and healthy, that's one thing. But we've got a world where half the population of the planet is starving to death. And it's not because they're lazy. They're working all day and all night just to acquire food. Now, should we hate those people for being lazy or dirty? Should we hate everyone who is one certain color because someone of that color may have offended us? You know, he says he's ashamed of having believed this. I'm not. I used to be a racist. I was the worst racist you ever met. One time a black kid beat me up, and you ain't never heard the N-word more than you. I must have used the N-word 10 times a minute for the next 3 years. But you know what? During that 3 years, I probably got beat up by a dozen white guys. So that's just racism. You know, if all black people were beating me up, it'd be okay. But I got beat up by a lot of people. I never went off about how bad white people were. But I'm not ashamed, because you know what? I was a child. Children do childish things. The people that need to be ashamed are the people that grow up to be full-grown adults and still act that way and still think that way. We're going to go on with this letter a little bit. At first, some of these videos, and I'm guessing he's talking about my videos, maybe just videos within the community, I don't know. No, it says here, at first, some of these videos made on this channel rubbed me the wrong way, but they did not fill me with hate or make me want to tell this guy how wrong he was. We all have free will, and I could stop watching it very easy to see, and it is very easy to see how wrong I have been. We all need to lose the rings in our snouts and stop being pulled in any direction that they want. We are all the same, just tools being used and tossed aside after these very few have their way with us. Those are words of wisdom. Don't you wish this man had his own camera? Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people get rubbed the wrong way by my videos. And like it says here, you can stop watching. Now, if you see on my page something like, oh, I don't know, I don't like Britney Spears. If that's if I got a video entitled I don't like Britney Spears, don't go on there thinking you're going to learn how to get more eggs out of your chickens. If that's all you want from me, specifically, you'll see a video that has the word chicken or egg or hen house or something in it. But don't click on that and then tell me what a fool I am. Now, there are people who have called me bad names, and this, maybe I shouldn't even reveal this to you, but when somebody calls me a bad name on my YouTube channel, it hurts my feelings. So if that's what you wanted, was to hurt my feelings, just know that you did. You were successful. But something you may not know, when I get my emails or go onto my channel and I see where this subscriber is calling that subscriber some kind of racial slur, and then this subscriber calls that person another racial slur, that hurts me way, way worse than when you say something to me, because I feel like I just made those two people fight. And probably both of their feelings are hurt. Well, in any case, let's go on to the last part here. It says, the few that come out of this mess, it looks like we're heading towards, need to help each other and try to rebuild a better world. And even if things don't go bad, we can still do our part to change the world into a better place. There's no need in thinking we're doing things that serve no purpose in the end whatsoever, and nothing good can come from living that way. But once again, if you want to keep living like that, keep on doing so. It won't make me hate you or want to see you put to death. But maybe take a little time and see that how this has been working for you so far. One last thing, I am a born-again Christian and have no problem with anyone of different faiths or political views. If you want to worship a tree stump, by all means do so. If you choose not to believe in God, that is your choice. I won't be knocking at your door telling you how wrong you are in not thinking the way that I do and expect the same in return. Let's all take some time and look at the few at the top who are pitting everyone against each other to keep our focus away from them. There you go. We're a survivalist slash prepper slash truther slash sustainable living society here, or inside a YouTube community. That's what we're supposed to do. Now, I just got off the phone with my brother the other day talking about how horrible it is for him that he can't even afford the gas to put in his car to get to work, to make money to buy gas to put in his car. His explanation for it was because we live in a country where our government will give you $30,000 a year for free just for proving that you've got Native American Indian blood in you, and give you a mansion. I told my brother, I said, you can't possibly believe that. This government does not just give away money. Anytime you see something about our spending on other countries or on other people, and how much certain races are taken from our medical system, and how many certain races are taken across the border, that is all lies. Nobody pays Native Americans $30,000 a year. I read recently, and I don't know if it was 10-year ago survey, 75% of homes on reservations have no indoor plumbing. Does that sound like somebody that gets $30,000 a year? Especially if there's 6 of them living in a house. What is that, a couple of $100,000, and they can't even have indoor plumbing? People are passing around lies to make you hate others based on their race or religion or nationality. While you're busy hating them, the ones that are actually causing your suffering are living in opulent wealth. I don't know how many subscribers I got now, probably close to 500, if not more than 500. I would love to wake up tomorrow and find out I got 50 subscribers. I would love to see 90% of my subscribers leave. I do not want, if you can quietly watch my videos about eggs without posting negative things about Mexican people or black people or Jewish people, stay. If those things bother you, just keep your mouth shut and just be enjoying the fact that I'm putting out some videos about chickens. But if you can't help but say something hateful to me or one of my subscribers, I don't know what I'm going to do. I really don't want, I'm slowly blocking people that are excessively hateful, and it's usually people that are very, very religious. But I'm thinking that if this doesn't stop, I'm going to go through and look at all the favorites of all my subscribers, and if I see some kind of a favorite that's for the KKK or the Nazi Party, delete them. If I even see an American flag up there showing that you are a patriot, ready to fight anybody who's not a patriot, I'll just pull the old flush stick and get rid of you too. I really do not want a web channel that causes divisions, because we are too close to the time we are going to need one another desperately. Now, as far as religion goes, your religion, and shouldn't even get into this, but it is a fact that the Bible has nothing in there about hating other people or hurting other people. In fact, the entire Bible, the Christian Bible, is about loving one another and showing respect to others, even those of other religions. There are scriptures in there that deal with that. People that, what does it say? Those who are not under law, yet do the things of the law, they are a law unto themselves. If you're a Christian, you've probably heard that before. What that means is, the law of the Bible is a law of love. If someone is a Muslim and they practice the law of love, that person is acceptable to God. Period. You're not going to show me that that person is going to burn in some kind of fiery, tormentuous hell for the rest of eternity because they didn't worship your particular form of religion. Read your Bible. The part about those people going to hell didn't come from your Bible, it came from your preacher. And your preacher who's telling you that came right from the top. These people that are mentioned in this letter who are controlling all of us. And that's for any religion. I've read the Hebrew scriptures. It's part of my scriptures. You cannot believe in the Hebrew scriptures, the Torah, and hate somebody. The Torah does not allow for hatred. Now, I can tell you for a fact I have not read the Quran. But I have seen emails that say the Quran says that if you are a good Muslim, you have to rape your children. I have seen in emails that the Quran says that you have to kill everyone who doesn't believe in the Quran. But you know what? I suspect that's all bull, because I know Muslims and I've seen Muslim web pages that all they talk about is love. So if you are in any of the world's major religions and your religious leaders are telling you to be mean, get away from that religion. Or at the very least, get off my webpage. If you don't want to survive, don't listen to me. And really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, I love you.